multiple times every day
every day.
because he's gonna
That
deliver it
might
to you.
kill my Japanese.
You don't need Japanese. You need DMX in your life.
That's true. I'm starting to believe now. Believe in the X.
So I played 2 hours of this game,
2 hours.
not
That
counting the time that we've played.
painful. Oh man. Plus what we played.
Yeah,
So, did you come across a person who's paranoid about clocks or something?
not yet. Uh,
Oh,
I did a few
you
side
haven't played
quests.
enough.
I got some of the numbers we were supposed to get, but not all of them.
Oh boy, the numbers.
But I know where they
So, did
are.
you find? Oh, you know where they are. Okay, I remember one was by water. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I think I
That
found
like
that one.
the camera and it's on a wall. And then there's one by the phone booth, and then there might be one on the buildings and like that are near the water. There's a bunch of like cargo building thing. I don't know. This
Yeah,
game.
I
Here we
agree with
go.
that sentiment. But it's cool because I'm cheating.
X gonna give it to you.
He is gonna
Oh
give it to
wait.
you. Also, another cool thing about this game that I found. Uh, you can
Um.
change the colors of your costume.
No. What?
If you
All
notice on
right.
this
I
giant
changed
yellow
my mind.
jumpsuit,
This is the best game ever,
yeah, game of the
dude.
year.
Dude. Yup. More games need to let you change the colors of your outfits. So where we headed? We're doing a numbers game right now.
Yeah, I'm finding numbers right now. Actually, I'm going the wrong
Awesome.
way, but you know how I do. You know how I find the numbers.
Yeah, you do what you do, and you done. You're gonna give it to you, or something.
Listen, just watch that video again until you memorize it. It's fine.
Okay, okay, yeah. I need to. I
Like,
need some
don't
more
even
X
watch the
in my
stream.
life.
Just watch X gonna give it to you.
For the rest of my life,
Yep.
all of the rest of my life.
So, you getting my voice okay, right?
Yeah.
Nothing weird. All right.
No.
Good.
Gameplay's a bit choppy, but I can at least tell what's going on.
Okay. Well,
Because
hopefully
internet.
yeah. I don't think I'm dropping any frames, so I should be good. But someone in the stream will probably say otherwise.
Yeah, that's the net for you.
Yep.
It is here to contest everything.
People getting scared because I'm waving a weapon around.
No, it's because L gonna give it to you. She's gonna give it to you. L gonna give it to you.
I shouldn't have
Yo,
done this.
watch out.
I made a mistake.
You made a big mistake.
So there was something I was thinking about that I want to get your
Alright.
opinion on. And that
Um,
thing is
um,
why the fuck can't I get to? There we go. I got it.
yeah, you
Anyway,
just gotta jump. Lightning gonna make you jump, jump.
I swear, I last time I played, I was trying so
After
hard to
L's
jump to
gonna
that
give
thing.
it to you. Hmm.
So I was
What
thinking
is it?
about how Final Fantasy 13-3 is an open world game, because it is.
That's what they. I mean, sure.
Would you disagree?
That's what they call it. It's a Japanese open world game, which isn't quite the same as a Grand Theft Auto or a Dogs of Sleeping. You
I
know,
mean, how is it different?
it's not as open, right?
I
I mean, there are no. You need cars or horses. Cars or horses. I guess Witcher counts too. Those are two
right.
important aspects of open world games.
Metal. No, never
See,
mind. Metal
Red
Gear.
Dead Revolver also had horses. Metal Gear had
It
horses
had a
and
horse.
cars.
You're right.
See?
Wow. I guess you just defined open world gaming. Well, shit. There goes my
But
argument.
sure, yes, this is an open world game. What about it? I
Uh,
mean, it's not and it's also not quite a continuous world per se. You know, it's more like big levels
Right.
that you do by train. I just don't want to give this game any more credit than it's due. That's all. But yes, it is an open world game, sure. What about it?
So open world games are like they're the thing now.
Terrible.
They're
I
the thing.
know.
Everyone's making an open world game.
Oh, well, yeah, they're the thing.
But you're right, they are terrible for the most part.
The world is a terrible place that likes terrible things.
I would agree.
Confirmed.
I'm
What's
getting
that have to do with flight?
I don't know, I'm just a little tired of open world gaming.
Oh yeah, not even a little. I've like the only open world that I want is one in which I can slay werewolves or swing my sword at the Lords of Cinder while I praise the sun with my bros. Umbasa.
You think Dark Souls is on? Oh, there's the number.
It's not exactly open world, I guess, but Dark Souls did, or at least Dark Souls 1 did have a nice, flowy, continuous world. I mean,
Right.
it was kind of, you could attack it how you wanted. There were certain places you had to go, but you could go other places first, and, it was pretty open. Dark Souls 2, not at all. Bloodborne also was pretty straightforward, like, hey, you go this way. They had a few branches, but that's the only kind of world I want to travel in, man.
All right,
That's all.
I'm gonna call bullshit on you saying that Dark Souls 3 is not an open world, or Dark Souls 2 is not an open
Wait,
world.
Dark,
Dark Souls 2 is
it's
exactly the same as Dark Souls 1.
it just doesn't connect as much though, You feel like
I
I
mean,
mean you
just
teleport everywhere for one.
just because it has a shitty
Um
map layout, just
I
because
mean
you
you
ride an
leave through
elevator
some
into
caves or something.
lava.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're in some caves or something, you take an elevator and there's a lava kingdom above you somehow. Cause the elevator goes up.
I mean, that's just bad design.
Oh yeah, yeah. But so yeah, wouldn't you say Souls are kinda open world here?
I
I mean,
guess.
not in the GTA sense, but if we're going to call Lightning Returns an open world game, and by the way, not Final Fantasy X3, this is Lightning Returns. They made sure.
I mean, I feel like
Oh,
that this game is an open world because all of its areas are open to you at the beginning, whereas Dark
mm.
Souls and Dark Souls 2 are have linear progression, I would say.
Well, Dark Souls, I still don't think does, because you can. I mean, the progression, I guess, would be blocked off by your ability, or like your level. Say, a lot of people, and I did this as well. A lot of people that I watched would go down to the cemetery first, going, "Hey, what's over here?"
Right.
And then there's some like really crazy skeletons that will, just kill you. And sure, that's kind of a way to block you off, but if you're persistent, you can go that way.
Right.
Um,
But Dark Souls
it,
1
it
does
kind of
go ahead.
go on.
It does filter you like your progress up until you hit about Anor Londo, and then you open four different paths. But until then, besides that area you mentioned, it's pretty linear.
I guess so. I think I kind of cheated because I had the master key, so I could already go to the forest and do all of that
Right.
earlier. Um, so that kind of lets you have more options there at the beginning. But I know what you mean. Dragon's Dogma definitely needs some mounts, so therefore, since it has no cars and no horses, it is not an
It's
open
not
world
an
game.
open world game. I don't know. Like for some reason, I don't like that definition, but it's right. It's absolutely correct.
I know, right? It sucks. It sucks to admit it, but it's a very fitting definition. I hate
Uh,
being right, but anime is often right, even when we don't like it. Words to live by from Mr. Anime.
so I got three of the numbers, and the last number only opens up at a certain amount of time. So we're gonna go
Hmm.
to the Dusty Dunes whenever I find where the station is. Oh, there it is.
All right.
But anyway, I think my problem with open world games is that they're
Uh huh.
basically checkboxes now. Like there are
Yes,
very few
very much.
open world games. They live and die depending on their one unique feature or how good their systems are. And most of their systems just
Right.
aren't that good. They're just things to do.
They're very small deviations from the formula, or very small additions to the formula. Like say, Watch Dogs. It was like, oh well, you can kind of, sort of, a little bit hack things.
Right.
There. Now the rest of the game is exactly what you expect from an open world game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. They don't do anything really to break themselves apart from the generic formula. And there are a few exceptions, I'm sure, but most of them are like that.
Yeah. Ubisoft is like the biggest offender because they just crank out
Oh
Assassin's
man,
Creed and all that other garbage.
uh, cut and paste.
I
And
was,
speaking of Watch Dogs, I hear number two is on its way because we want that, right?
yeah, everyone loved Watch Dogs. Also, that's a giant
Everyone,
fucking red cactor just hanging out.
get it. Going, character going to give it to you. Going to give it to you. Character
You
going to
don't
give it
you
to
don't understand the joke.
you.
I gotta explain
No,
this
I
joke to
guess
you.
not.
It's my favorite joke. You can
Oh,
say
okay.
that, but it has to begin with X. Anything you talk about, the word you can't. Cactor doesn't start with an X. You can't do that. Come on,
What? So,
that's right out.
uh, Xavier going to give it to
Xavier
you?
gonna give
Like,
it to you would be a
that's
correct
Xavier?
use of that joke.
Well, then how do I include Cactor in there? Would I say X going to Cactor to you?
No, no,
Going to
you're not
Cactor
getting
to you? X going
not getting the point.
to.
There's been a miscommunication.
I think so. I don't I don't understand the ways of X. You have to teach me about this.
All right. Well, the first thing you should do.
I mean, X isn't anime enough if I can't include him in anime things. Therefore, I don't care about X anymore.
I would love the shit out of a
See what I'm
DMX
saying?
anime.
I'm, I'm sure that's possible. I'm sure someone can arrange this.
All right.
I should arrange this. I should draw this.
Yeah, draw a DMX manga. Send it to DMX.
I heard you wanted some more anime in your life, Mr. X. Well, I've turned you into anime. Enjoy.
Oh shit. All right, let's get some side quests here.
All right. So we're at the board with the freaky.
With the Chocobo lady. I gotta get Desert Rose.
Now the skeleton path that we're talking, Dark Souls. It's pretty far in. You go down and you're in a tomb with some skeletons, and then you go farther down and you're in a really dark place with some skeletons, and
But you can't get to
you have to
the.
fight this boss. What this is?
You're locked off from the Path of Giants, though. I believe.
Oh no, because the Path of Giants you get to by beating that multi-face boss thing, the floating magician guy
Right, but
that
isn't
dies
it
super.
locked behind like a glowy door until you beat Anor Londo?
Oh no, no, no! You can go and do that before. The only thing that's locked is the part right before Nito. So you
Huh.
can do all of the Tomb of Giants stuff up to Nito, and Nito's at the bottom of the Tomb of Giants.
All right.
That's where you go down and outside, or sort of outside along the mountain cliffs, and then you go over to Nito's like cave that leads to him. Because I was actually there before Anor Londo, so I saw the giant door.
Hmm.
I hadn't done all Anor Londo stuff yet. Yeah, so I know what you mean. Those parts are gated off, but they're deeper in than you're thinking.
Interesting. Oh, look at these
Yup.
sweet sunglasses. Let's get
Oh
some killer
snap, son.
shades.
Yeah, girl. Ham, girl.
Hold on, I gotta accessorize.
All right, let's do this.
Let's get some menu action here.
Fashion fantasy.
So I have one
Mm.
costume that's like garbage I need to get rid of. I think it's this one. Oh no, this is
Mm.
my attacker. I can't get rid of that. It's this one.
Mm.
Uh, So now I have. Oh, these are debuffs. What kind of garbage is this?
That's okay. It's like some, I don't know, needs more armor.
All right. Well, I'm gonna switch to it, and so X needs to be guard. All right. No, no,
It
I'm out
either
of
needs
guard.
more armor or needs to be showing more boobs.
No, it's cool.
Because anime.
You know what it does need to be? It needs to
What?
look terrible. Hold on.
What?
I got a color. I don't want to use default color. Here, this is gonna be bright yellow. Great.
Ooh. That looks pretty good. It's the color of sunshine.
I mean, I guess like back to back to Giant's Path. Sorry, I got distracted. Uh,
Super giant?
yeah, you can go down there. I got a
Yeah.
warp point. Ooh. But you still are locked off from Nito, which is the
Well,
boss.
he's like the final boss of the area.
Right.
But you fight, like, at least, well, one other boss before then. But I mean, well, look at it this way. In an open world game, you go to a city, and there are, well, first of all, parts of the city are blocked off until you get to a certain story segment, and then you're able to go to other parts of the city or other cities.
Right.
Um, so, you know, if you're saying just because you're blocked off for a moment means it's not open world, well, that's also an open world progression thing.
Uh, I guess. I guess you got me.
Because again, you're talking about being able to go multiple paths at the start. You can with Dark Souls. Those are the only things that are blocked off.
Right.
Besides that, everything else is just a matter of your level. So yeah, kind of blocked off because you're gonna die profusely. But at the same time, hey, speedrunners make it through the game at very low levels, so it shows it can be done. You
Right.
can go anywhere you want. Just normal people cannot.
Sorry.
Yeah, Cac's gonna give it to you.
Cack.
See, you can't. Sorry, but X can't stay, but his spirit lives and gonna give it to you. You replace X with whoever the subject matter is.
I don't know if I enjoy that. I don't know if I can approve.
Because it's funny, you see. Instead of saying X, everyone expects X, but when you choose something else, then that's what makes it funny. See what I'm saying?
I don't see what you're saying.
You don't expect L gonna give it to you or Cac. Yeah, see, you're laughing, right?
No, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at how terrible that joke is.
Oh man.
I'm just saying there's
Ridiculous.
a clear formula to this joke, and you've ruined it.
Oh, okay, if you say X gonna give it to you every time,
I did
there is
no.
no joke. You're just repeating the line.
It's a thing that starts with X. That's the thing you gotta understand
Okay.
here. It's very important.
Okay. But at the end of the day, you're not. It's too long to say Xavier, or you know whatever. So you're going to just shorten it to X, and therefore you're still saying X going to give it to you.
No, I disagree.
And then people aren't going to get what you're saying. They're going to think you mean DX instead of Xavier, or I can't think of anything else with X right
Who's
now.
the X?
Mr. X going to give it to you.
Mr. X?
See, that starts with Mr. though. That
Like-
starts with MR.
Like, let me explain this joke to you, because you're clearly not getting it. Let's say
Go
you and
on.
me are sitting down to watch a TV show, and that TV show is The X Files. So before it starts, I would say
Okay.
X Files gonna give it to you, and then you would erupt into laughter at such a clever joke I made. You see where I'm going here?
That's not. No, that's not clever at all.
Are you-
That's actually very important. I would have to look at you blankly and say, I think I need to go now. Enjoy watching this show alone.
Well, that's why you have terrible taste.
Well, apparently you do for watching X-Files in the first place.
I've never
What's
watched
wrong
X
with
Files. Who cares about that show?
Then don't use that in the story.
I've,
Make
I've.
it relevant. Say you were watching something amazing like Black Lagoon, and then
Oh
you
God.
said
That
X gonna
no,
get
that
like
doesn't work in that context.
that doesn't work. So
Uh, do you know what a joke is?
yeah, I think so.
All right.
This stream is a joke, so I'm pretty sure I know what a joke is.
See, Bionic Spark agrees. The yellow fog keeps you from getting into the door, the tomb. Also, that guy just fucked me up. I got wrecked. I gotta go buy some potions.
So we can double check. It depends on where you're saying it's locked off. If you're saying from the very beginning, I don't know. If you're saying before Anor Londo, yes, it is not locked off before Anor Londo because I got down there. I got down there, found a giant door at the bottom of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Well, this is locked. I guess I've got to figure out how to get out of this hellhole." Great. So that was my experience. I went down to the Tomb of Giants way too early. I actually ended up getting lost down there and stuck there for 4 hours because this is when Dark Souls came out and there wasn't the patch that lets you teleport from that bonfire down there. So the only way to get out was to get out yourself. And I didn't have the lantern. So I was like running around in the dark forever and like I said, made it down to that door. And this is possibly before I even saw Anor Londo because I hadn't done Sin's Fortress yet.
Right.
Um, but again, yeah, it's like I don't know. At this point, we're arguing from memory, and I'm very confident in what I'm saying. But if everyone else isn't, then all we can do is go watch some YouTube videos of speedrunners and find out the truth. But
Well, I'm
honestly,
just
it doesn't
arguing
matter.
for the sake of arguing. That's what I like to do. Also, I don't know if you're noticing what's happening on this screen, but I am surfing on sand.
I see, and I'm actually pretty impressed.
Good, because it takes no
I would
effort
like,
whatsoever on my part.
I'd like you to put the hat back on,
Oh yeah, I gotta.
because outside you got to protect her from the sun.
You're right. I'm gonna get burns.
Because you fight the mask guy, who's that first boss, and then after you beat him, then you climb the ladder into the tomb. There is no door. You climb a ladder, and then you're at the top of that room that you fight him in, and then the tomb is right there. You take 3 steps over, and the world is completely dark, and you're now in the Tomb of Giants.
Hmm.
Not only have I played this game way too many times, well, actually, I haven't. More like I played it once, maybe once and a half, and then I've watched way too many
Right.
people playing it and speedruns and stuff because it's fun to watch people fail. So I've watched plenty of people play Dark Souls in the background. I actually was just doing that yesterday. Well, I was watching Demon Souls this time. Demons is Soul Zuzu
That's not a great game.
Desu. It's a pretty great game. For
I
what it
would
is.
disagree.
I mean, it's the start of the formula. It's got some cool people, like Squid Face. Squid Faces are very accommodating
Right.
and fun.
You mean Cthulhu?
It's the original, yeah. It's got Cthulhu guys, Cthulhu Juniors running around. It's got uh the original what was the plague place called?
Uh, Yarnum?
No, that's
Blight
the
Town.
wrong plague.
The original Blight Town.
Blight Town. Yeah, it's the OG Blight, dog. How could you not like that? It's got the Tower Knight,
Right.
it's Big Knight. Um,
I don't know. My experience with Demon Souls isn't great. I feel that the next two
did you play
games
it
had a lot of.
first or did it after?
I played it after, and there's so much quality of life
Oh,
stuff after Demon Souls.
oh yeah. I played it when it first came out. Still love that hat you have.
That's such a good
That
hat.
yellow is very, very sunshiny and fits the mood here. I think you should change it to default outfit, honestly, or change that to your default outfit
I should.
with the hat and stuff. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I played Demon Souls when it first came out. You know, I'm OG like that,
Right.
and and I guess I've just seen. Yeah, I totally understand. If you any game series, especially one like that that's made some good quality of life changes, if you go backwards, then yeah, it's gonna get harder to play. But I still think it was pretty good for what it was. Um, Ignoring some of the quality of life stuff that they're missing. Like it was still it's cool world, some neat bosses, um, good combat. I mean
Hmm.
the graphics still held up. That was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, I mean it was a PS3 game, just like Dark Souls. It was not bad,
Yeah, that's true.
although it was very brown.
Yeah, it was.
Cac because it's
So
pronounced
do you know
Cax.
where you're going here?
Right now
Hack
I'm
gonna give it.
trying to activate all the red Cactuar statues, and also I'm trying to farm enemies so I can complete some of the quest lines. Because I'm
Okay.
supposed to gather scales, so yes, I am doing something. Rest
All right.
assured.
Just wanted to make sure you.
Mostly we're just killing time
Yeah.
before the Warrens open in that other city, and I can get the last number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is my. I
Mm.
learned a lot of things about Final Fantasy 13 3.
Yeah, man, you gotta learn that time management stuff.
I
It's
sure
so much
did.
fun.
This guy won't even talk to me.
So much fun.
But back to our original topic.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say are some good open world games that aren't just checkboxes or are checkboxes but are still good?
Um, if it depends, are we still talking open world as in basically the GTA formula, or
Uh,
are we
Whatever
talking
you want
about
to. If
weird
you want,
exceptions like Lightning and Dark Souls and stuff?
we can talk about exceptions. If what you think
Okay.
is whatever you think an open world game is, I
What
will allow it.
what do you think an open world game is?
Sleeping Dogs is a good open world game, and it's good
I
because
knew
all of its
you'd say
systems
that.
are just good. Like it
I
has a
knew
good
you would say
story.
that.
You
You
knew I
just
would say
like
that.
Asian stuff.
Listen,
Yeah, that's all it is.
you've never
You
even played
secretly like
Sleeping
anime,
Dogs,
you just won't admit it. I actually have. I
really?
haven't beat it
The
though.
last time we talked, we hadn't played
Yeah.
it.
Oh no, I guess you misunderstood me. I mean, I technically haven't, but I did put about an hour or so into it.
Oh, you might
So I
have.
played it, but I don't consider an hour a lot in the grand scheme of, open world games.
Okay, you
They
might
can
have
take a
actually
while.
said that. I recall something
But
like
no,
that.
I actually I like the kung fu-ness of it. I like the not relying as much on guns and stuff, because gun combat in those games is usually pretty dumb and boring.
Right. And in gun combat is bad in that game when it actually happens.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
As usual. They're just sticking to the formula.
Yep.
um, okay, Metal Gear. Metal Gear 5, The Phantom Pain.
That's an interesting thing you brought up.
Alright,
Okay, so Metal Gear 5 is an open world game, but I would
correct.
contest that it almost isn't or almost doesn't need to be. Because, like,
Right.
let's. In Metal Gear 5 missions, there's almost no.
Variety at all.
Uh, no, there's no, like, continuity in the world. You always go to one place. It's very rare that missions take place in two places.
Wait, what do you mean by one place?
Because, like, your mission is always
You mean,
infiltrate this base, right?
okay, yeah.
And then after you infiltrate the base, it's over. That's the whole thing. There's never any instance where you travel from one point to another, except for that one really long cutscene. You get what I'm saying?
So, you're you're trying to say it's not open world because a
Oh no,
mission wants you to be in one spot?
it is open world
Because
because
open world games do that sometimes too. They'll like say you need to only go to this area and you can't really go anywhere else till you're done doing your thing,
Right, no, it's
right?
it's definitely open world, but I feel like it wouldn't have to be, because like how many times does it take advantage of the open world other than
Oh,
to
would it have to be? No, no, it doesn't have to be at all. And it kind of barely is one
yeah,
because like there's not a lot going on in that world, honestly.
yeah, like if you're not at a
Um,
base, nothing is happening. Like you're just riding a horse to get to a
yeah.